Hello students, welcome to next video on coordinate bond or dative bond. Okay, and its characteristics also we are trying to cover in this video. So what is the learning outcome? After watching this video, student will be able to identify coordinate bond and write the formation of coordinate compound and characteristics of coordinate compound. Means in short, by looking at the compound, you can say that this is the coordinate bond. Means from the bond, how it is represented, all that we are going to study in this video. So you can identify this is coordinate bond, you can write the formation of coordinate compound and characteristic, that is the properties of coordinate compound that we are going to cover in this video. So first we will see what is the coordinate bond or dative bond. Okay, so it is the special type of covalent bond. Okay, you are knowing how covalent bonds are formed. Covalent bonds are formed by the mutual sharing. Mutual sharing means यदि इस एटम का एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है तो दूसरा जो एलिमेंट है उसका भी एक इलेक्ट्रॉन रहेगा. मीन्स म्यूचुअल शेयरिंग, इसका एक है तो उसका भी एक है. दैट इज कॉल्ड द म्यूचुअल. ओके, so here covalent bond, in covalent bond mutual sharing is there, but in coordinate bond, what is the difference between coordinate and covalent, that you will come to know later on. So it is also the type of covalent bond in which shared electrons are contributed by the one atom only. Okay, like previous one, in covalent both are mutually shared. In covalent bond mutual sharing of electron is there, but in coordinate bond, what is difference there? Electrons are shared by the one atom only. Only one atom is going to share the electron, while other atom, it is going to accept that without sharing, without contribution of any electron. Okay, again I am going to repeat. Covalent bond is a mutual sharing, whereas in coordinate bond, or it is also called the dative bond, what is happening there? In coordinate or dative bond, one atom is going to share both the electron. Okay, one atom is going to share both the electron, while other atom is going to accept that electron without contribution of electron. Means it is not having any contribution, it is going to take only that electron. Okay, so let us proceed further. See, now when we are going to discuss the example, that time we will be much more clear about that. So atom which contribute the electron pair, that electron pair we are going to call as a lone pair. Now are you remembering lone pair? See, I have given you the example of, we have seen the example of water molecule in last video. Now here I would like to give you the example of hydrogen. See here, hydrogen, in hydrogen how many electrons are there? One electron is there. Ammonia, you are knowing the ammonia, what is the formula of ammonia? NH3. Okay, so in the center nitrogen is there. Nitrogen atomic number is 7, so its electronic configuration is 2, 5. So in last orbit 5 electrons are there, and the electrons of this nitrogen I am going to show like this, dot mark, and here is one dot. Okay, so another hydrogen, 3 hydrogen are there, one is here, one is here, and another is here. Okay, so see here, this hydrogen wants to complete its duplet. For completion duplet, how many electrons are needed? 1 electron. So it is going to share 1 electron with this. Okay, similarly this hydrogen is also going to share 1 electron with the neighboring nitrogen, and here also there is a sharing. So here one pair is shared, here is also one pair is shared, and here is also one pair is shared, and one lone pair is there. So here I am going to represent like this. So if there is a single sharing of one pair is shared, only one pair is shared, that time which bond is formed? Single covalent bond is formed here. Okay, getting to me? Here single covalent bonds are formed. So in ammonia molecule, how many single covalent bonds are present? Here is a 3 single covalent bond and 1 lone pair is present. Lone pair means it is not taking part in the bond formation, so they are going to call it is called as a lone pair. So 1 lone pair is here, and this lone pair, the molecule which is having the lone pair, they are going to form the coordinate bond. ज्या मॉलिक्यूलमध्ये लोन पेअर असतात तेच फक्त कोऑर्डिनेट कंपाऊंडमध्ये भाग घेऊ शकतात. ओके, सो सी हियर ॲटम विच कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट द इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर. आता या केसमध्ये विच इज गोइंग टू कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट, नायट्रोजन इज गोइंग टू कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट. इट इज कॉल्ड द डोनार. जो डोनेट देतो त्याला काय म्हणायचं, डोनार म्हणायचं. व्हाईल अदर ॲटम शेअर्स दिस. जर दुसरा जो कोण असतो तो काय करतो, एक्सेप्ट करतो, म्हणून त्याला काय म्हणायचं, एक्सेप्टर. इज इट क्लिअर. डोनार विच इज गोइंग टू गिव्ह, जो कोण कुठला ॲटम देत असतो ज्याच्यावर लोन पेअर आहे तो काय करत असतो, डोनेट. इन दिस केस नायट्रोजन इज अ डोनार ॲटम. ओके, जेव्हा आपण फॉर्मेशन बघू तेव्हा एक्सेप्टर कुठला आहे तेही तुम्हाला कळेल. फक्त मला या एक्झाम्पल मधून तुम्हाला काय सांगायचं होतं, in ammonia 3 single covalent bond and 1 lone pair is present. Only molecules having the lone pair of electron, they are going to contribute in the formation of coordinate bond. ओके, आणि ज्याच्यावर लोन पेअर असतं त्याला आपण डोनार ॲटम म्हणणार आहे, जो काय करत असतो, हे पेअर शेअर करत असतो. ओके, सो सी हियर द कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड और डेटिव्ह बॉन्ड, इट इज रिप्रेझेंटेड बाय द एरोहेड. कशाने डिनोट करतात, हे सिंपल ॲरोनं हे करायचं. आता हा ॲरो पण डिनोट करताना कुठून, जो डोनेट करतो त्याच्याकडे हे टेल आणि ॲरोचं हेड कुणाकडे पाहिजे, जो एक्सेप्ट करतो, जो घेतो, एक्सेप्टर जो आहे त्याच्याकडे ह्याचं ॲरोचं हेड असायला हवं. सो कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड इट इज रिप्रेझेंटेड बाय द ॲरो हेड स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम डोनार. डोनार पासून स्टार्ट करायचं अँड एंडिंग ॲट द एक्सेप्टर. तर एक्झाम्पल कुठल्या कोऑर्डिनेट कंपाऊंडचं आपण बघणार आहोत. Ammonium molecule. Don't get confused. Ammonia, formula of ammonia is NH3 and ammonium ion, that is the NH4 plus. So coordinate, example of coordinate compound is the ammonium, not ammonia. Ammonia is the example of covalent compound. हे कशाचं example आहे, this is the example of covalent bond and this is the example of coordinate bond. Is it clear? This is the example of coordinate bond, or it is also called dative bond. Okay, so let us proceed further. See here, formation of ammonium molecule. In ammonia molecule, आता अमोनियमचं आपण फॉर्मेशन बघतोय, पण कशापासून होणार आहे, हाऊ इट इज फॉर्म, इट इज फॉर्म. सी हियर काय काय असणार आहे त्याच्यामध्ये, अमोनिया असणार आहे, अमोनियाचा मॉलिक्यूल आहे आणि हायड्रोजन H+ आयन, या दोघांच्या कॉम्बिनेशननं जो फॉर्म होत असतो दॅट इज द अमोनियम आयन. In ammonia molecule, 3 single covalent bonds are present. As I mentioned earlier in my previous slide, I have explained you. In ammonia, 3 single covalent bonds are present. In ammonia, nitrogen atom has unshared pair of electron which form a coordinate bond with hydrogen ion. Okay, let me explain you here. See here, आपण मगाशी बघितलं होतं, थोडंसं मी वेगळं स्ट्रक्चर काढते, ही लोन पेअर इकडे दाखवूयात आपण. अँड here is a single covalent bond with the hydrogen. That nitrogen is having the single covalent bond with the hydrogen. This is lone pair. And which one is going to react? H+. H+ means how many electrons are there? No electron. Actually, electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1 only. Okay. When it is going to form H+ means this electron is also lost, means it is not having any electron. So to complete the duplet, how many electrons are needed? 2. So these 2 electrons, they are taken by this nitrogen. Here I will show you. So this N, it is going to give the electron to this hydrogen atom, and here there is a formation of single covalent bond is there. Okay, here there is a formation of single covalent bond, and this lone pair they are going to share with this hydrogen ion, and here coordinate bond is formed between these two. So here which one is donor? Nitrogen is donor. This nitrogen is donor atom, while H+ it is the acceptor atom. So when the coordinate bond is formed, how it is represented? It is written in the square bracket, big square bracket. This is the hydrogen, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen. Here lone pair is shared. You have to, how it is represented? Coordinate bond is represented by the arrow starting from the donor to the acceptor, and on that square bracket you have to write the positive charge. That's why this ammonium NH4 plus. Okay, so always remember, in ammonium ion which bond is present? In ammonium ion coordinate bond is present. Okay, so by looking at the molecule also, sometime in examples are given. Okay, in that this arrow is written. So when arrow is present, that time you have to say which compound it is. It is a coordinate compound. Okay, Let us proceed further. See here, formation of coordinate compound. Same only here it is explained here. This is hydrogen, 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 3 hydrogen, and this is nitrogen. Its electronic configuration 2, 5. So 5 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is lone pair, and 1 electron of the hydrogen, they are going to form the single covalent bond. So 3 single covalent bonds are present, and this lone pair, it is shared with this H plus ion, hydrogen ion. See here. And how it is represented? It is represented by the arrow starting from this donor and ending towards the acceptor. So donor means which is going to share the electron. Both the electrons are shared by that nitrogen only. Here hydrogen is not going to contribute any electron. Okay, so nitrogen is donor and hydrogen is the acceptor. And see here it is written here coordinate bond. How it is written? It is shown by the represented by the arrow. Okay, and on the bracket you have to show its charge, that is plus. Okay, this is the ammonium ion. This is about the coordinate compound. Now same that only I have shown here orbital diagram, electron rich. This is also called electron rich, and this is the H plus is electron deficient center. So it is going to take this electron. That's why here arrow headed. Arrow is shown here, pointing towards the hydrogen. So this is acceptor and this is the donor. So always remember coordinate bond, it is represented by arrow. Okay. Next we are going to start the properties of coordinate compound. So see, already we have seen the properties of electrovalent compound, covalent compound. Okay. So now we are going to see the properties of coordinate compound. First property is that, okay, this compound having melting point and boiling point higher than the purely covalent compound and lower than the purely ionic compound. Means they are having in between these two. Okay, means they are having, suppose this is your coordinate compound. Okay, this is coordinate compound. Here it is ionic compound. Ionic having the higher melting point, boiling point. Coordinate, it is having higher than the covalent. So covalent having the less melting point and boiling point as compared to these two. Okay, coordinate, it is the in between these two. Okay, coordinate compoundचा melting point, boiling point हा ionic पेक्षा कमी असतो, तर covalent compound पेक्षा कसा असतो, जास्त असतो. Okay, this is about the first property. Next, these are sparingly soluble in polar solvent. Sparingly means what? Partially soluble. These are not complete soluble in the polar solvent. Okay, polar solvent, example I have given you, water, H2O. How it is going to form the ion? H plus and OH minus. That's why it is called the polar. Two poles are developed. That's why it is called the polar solvent. Always remember, water is the polar solvent. So these coordinate compounds, say coordinate compound, they are sparingly soluble in the polar solvent, but readily soluble in the non-polar solvent. Non-polar solvent like your benzene, carbon disulfide, that they are the readily soluble, but whereas in polar solvent they are sparingly soluble. Okay, now covalent compounds, these are like covalent compounds, these are also bad conductor of electricity. As we are knowing, covalent compound, there is no ions, so they are not going to conduct the electricity. Same like that, covalent compound, these coordinate compounds are also the bad conductor of electricity. Next, these bonds are rigid and directional. Okay, these are also same like the coordinate compound, these are also the rigid and directional one. Whereas electrovalent bonds, they are the non-directional. Non-directional means they can be extended in all the direction. Okay, but here in coordinate and covalent, they are the directional one. Coordinate covalent bond is the property of atom that have lone pair of electron. Always remember, this bond consists of lone pair of electron, and that lone atom which bears that lone pair of electron, it acts as a donor while other act as an acceptor. Coordinate bonding is found in complex chemical compound. Remember, coordinate bond कशामध्ये present असतो? It is present in the complex chemical compounds. Okay, so these are the properties of coordinate compound. We will stop here. This is all about the coordinate bond, its formation and its properties. Thank you.